For the younger survivors in Joplin, the scope of this disaster may be difficult to understand. Much of what they've ever known has been turned upside down. Cynthia Bowers is in Joplin with that story tonight. Cynthia, good evening.
Good evening, Harry. And you know, usually in times of turmoil, kids find safety in the sanctuary of school. But in Joplin, that is no longer an option.
On a chilly gray evening, Margaret Tripp shows her two grandsons the place where she and their grandpa nearly lost their lives.
I want them to remember this. This is tragic. I mean, this is something, this is messed with people's lives.
But for thousands of Joplin children who lived through the killer storm, it's a history lesson that hits too close to home.
There's no way that it cannot affect children for a long time to come. This is a life-altering event. This is something that war survivors, Holocaust survivors see.
Have you learned a life lesson with this? What is that?
Probably the biggest thing I learned is that nobody's promised tomorrow, and so you just need to treasure every moment you have and the people that you're with.
But just a stone's throw from all the death and destruction, there are smiles and signs of life.
Life needs to go back to normal, and those kids being out in that rubble is not normal. That's normal.
Cookie ESTRADA runs the YMCA, which is now offering a free and safe haven for kids while their parents deal with devastating reality.
They're making lists for the insurance company to give us back and stuff like that.
5-year-old Ethan Bard's dad, Josh, has been fighting to protect his little boy physically and emotionally.
I prefer not even see it.
But little Ethan knows very well what happened here.
And all the houses and the buildings are torn down.
5th grader Austin Idicker's family lost everything they owned.
Everything that I worked for, like, you know how you have an allowance? I worked so hard to get my video games and they're all gone.
4 of 10 city schools were destroyed. The cost to rebuild $100 million. Even so, the superintendent vows, Harry, he will have schools opened as planned August 11th.
Cynthia Bowers in Joplin tonight. Thanks.